Hello everyone, this video is about GitOps. I'm going to try to explain this concept with the help of a new tool which is called ArgoCD. This is a continuous delivery tool for Kubernetes. Most of you are familiar with build pipelines and the related activities that we do in tools like Jenkins. But this time we are going to show how Git can be used as a single source of truth with all the declarative states of different Kubernetes objects. That means we can create pods, deployments, services, ingress, all sort of YAML files, and keep them in version controlled in Git. And any changes to these versions will have an impact on the runtime environment of Kubernetes. So that is the concept behind this particular video. So let's move on to the hands-on demo. So I'm going to do this in two steps. One is creating the ArgoCD and then configuring an application. So first let's create a new namespace for the ArgoCD, and then we will install ArgoCD into this particular namespace. The URL what I am using is taken from ArgoCD website itself. I'm just applying this using kubectl, and it is creating the different objects for ArgoCD. The next thing what we need to do is to take out, make sure that the service can be exposed. For this, I need to edit this. I'm going to make this service as a load balancer by editing the service, looking for the type and modifying this cluster IP into load balancer. So once I save this file, the service will be modified. The next step is to get the password for the admin. For this we need to get the secrets listed in the namespace, and we are interested in this specific secret. We can look for the secret using JSON path. So let me use this JSON path option to get the secret. And by the way, secrets will be encrypted using base64. Why is it not showing the secret? Is something wrong? Looks like there is some mistake I'm making in this one. Yeah, it is not secret, it is data, the password. Now I'm getting the password, but I need to decrypt this using base64. So let's do that. Once I do that one, I get the password. I'm just copying it to the clipboard. The next is to see whether I'm able to access the ArgoCD server from the browser. For this, first I need to do the port forward of the same service what we edited a while ago. So let me do that. So once I do the port forward, I can access this from the browser. So yeah, so now I'm able to see that one. Yes, I can change this. Now let me enter the username password, which is admin, and the one I copied in the clipboard. There you go. So we are able to access the web service for the ArgoCD. And the next thing is we need to create a new application. Before that, let me create a repository, public one. So let's name this as something like cont delivery, like continuous delivery kind of thing. I mean, it is up to us. And making it public, you can even still make it as private and then use your personal access token or something. But for this demo, I'm just using the simple one. So I'm going to create a YAML file. This YAML file is it's first created from the command prompt using some dry run method. So it will be to control create deployment. So again, the very conventional one what we use is Nginx. So let me also use the same thing. What I'm doing here is I'm creating a deployment of Nginx with two replicas, and I don't want this to be created right now. I just need to make it as a dry run and get the YAML content. So this will list the YAML, and that is what I'm going to use to create the file in Git repository. So I'm copying this. I don't think we need any other. So yes, I got the YAML file. Let me paste the content. Okay. So I pasted the content. Okay, I made a small mistake. I think I should have done this. I should have created this YAML file inside a folder. So let me do that. Let me rename the file so that it goes into a particular subfolder. So I can do that very easily with the edit again. So I go here and then click the name, add the folder name like config, then there we go. So the file is created inside the config folder, and this is all what we need. In fact, what we need is only the repository URL first to configure ArgoCD. So let's take this, go back to the new application. I'm going to create a new application. So the name of the project we can give, name of the application can be just same as the one. And I'm going to make all these things default, and this is a manual synchronization, and then I'm allowing them to create the namespace if it doesn't exist. This is the Git repository, and I'm also specifying the folder name, which is config, and making the other things as default except the namespace. Here I'm creating the namespace. I'm giving some namespace. It doesn't exist, of course. So let us verify that as well. So by listing the namespaces, we will know, yeah, it doesn't exist. So let us see whether it creates it. Of course, in production, you don't want to do that one. So it has to exist by default. Okay, so other options we are not touching. We are just saving this now. Okay. So the ArgoCD application is created. The next step, by default, it is a manual sync, so it won't synchronize. It will just inform us that it is out of sync. All we need to do is we need to synchronize this by clicking the sync button. The moment you do that one, it will start processing. It will get the all the files, whatever you have mentioned in the config folder path, and then the objects will start getting created. That's what you are seeing here. So it is synchronized. Now we have all the objects created, and the little heart symbol shows that they are healthy, they are reachable. So orbits are successful, synchronization is completed, and the entire subject is healthy. So the next thing what we are going to do now is, yes, this is also created, and we can also list different objects inside the particular namespace if you want. Then we can move on to the actual thing, like when you update the YAML file, what happens. So that is what we are going to see. So this is all the different details of the application. I'm going to go and edit this YAML file now. Okay, I'm just going to make some simple change like updating the replicas. Earlier it was 2, now I'm making it 3 and giving some update as well message and then commit it. Of course, ArgoCD will not update by default because it is manual. So we are now synchronizing this. Coming back to the screen, it is getting synchronized. First it says it is out of sync, and whatever is out of sync is what is getting updated. As you can see, the third pod got created and everything is now green again. So the next step what we are going to do is, can we make it automatic? So that is what we are going to see. Yes. So this is the one that we are going to enable auto sync. It shows a couple of other options related to auto sync, but they are not going to be used in this video. So let us save this one and then we verify. No, it still shows that enable. So yeah, let's edit it again. I don't know why it is showing like this. Yeah, it is okay now. Then let me save again. Okay, I think there is some caching problem. So yeah, let me not. I mean, maybe it is already saved. Let's check again. Yeah, it is already enabled. So all we are going to do this time is we are going to make some changes again in the YAML file, but this time we are not going to touch ArgoCD UI for any synchronization. We are going to let this synchronize on its own. So usually the synchronization happens, so there is a polling interval, there is a default polling interval that is set in the ArgoCD. It runs every 3 minutes or 5 minutes. So after a few minutes, now let's see what happens. So we have actually modified. Now it says it is out of sync. Now it is syncing. We didn't touch any of the sync buttons. Now you can see that pod is getting terminated because we made the replicas to 2. So now, yes, it is all in sync. So now you know how useful it is, especially for the DevOps engineers, right?